Hey everybody, it's Killer B here once again. This time it's another accessory review. It's of the Narbish hose from Karnakuka.com. It's an exclusive from John. Just hit the market. I think I'm going to be the first video review of it up unless something changes in the next hour or so. Um, I have all three of my nice hoses out here. I have my Narbish, my KM leather hose, and my razan washable. I'm going to do a quick comparison. Uh, both, just like the components, the pieces of it, that kind of thing. And then a little while later, I'm going to set up my hookah and then try and see if there's any difference in the draw, which I don't think there's going to be much. Um, so first off, from left to right, it's the Narbish all the way on the left, the KM red leather hose in the middle, and then my razan on the right. They're all about the same length, or they're all about the same starting point up there, but as you come back, you'll see the KM hose is shorter than the razan, but the Narbish is considerably longer than both of them. And then past that, you bring the handles up here, and the Narbish is pretty sturdy feeling. Not really. The razan feels just a little bit flimsier. One thing I will say is that the Narbish's mouthpiece is not quite as long. They're both removable, so they both come out. And another thing that is different is that, as you can tell here, the razan's mouthpiece, it's painted or something down the middle, whereas the Narbish is just the clear. I actually kind of prefer the look of this as of right now. I think it looks a little bit cooler to me. But I think that the Narbish's mouth, like the actual part that's going to go right up to your mouth, is a little bit nicer because it's not as big. It just kind of, it's smaller. You can kind of see, like, this one is fatter than this. It just isn't quite as comfortable in the mouth. As of right now, it kind of feels like the Narbish might have a little bit, not too noticeable, but just a tiny bit tighter draw. The razan here has the nice big gripped handle, and then on the other end it's just a little sweatband and acrylic, whereas the Narbish and the KM hose have like handles at both ends. The KM hose is not washable, whereas the Narbish is, and so is the razan. I prefer the washable hoses with the removable tips because of the fact that it makes it a lot easier to clean, in my opinion, because when I clean my washable hoses, I'll just pull the tip off and then I put a funnel in the little female end where the mouthpiece usually goes, and then I run some like warm water through it in the shower, and it, after like maybe 30 seconds of warm water, it gets rid of any flavoring or anything that may have lingered from the last session. All in all, I'd say that this isn't really the same thing as either of these. I mean, it is the amount of length that is right here, that's the actual like hosey flexible portion, really isn't that much. It's always kind of bothered me about this hose. I love this hose to death. I even bought another one after I got the one that came with my hookah. But just look at how much more hose there is compared. It's like twice as long as far as like the hose part of it goes, like the bendy, flexible part. And and just this is longer in general, which is really nice, because I've always thought that most of these washable hoses are just a bit too small. Like I said, this is a little bit more solid feeling than either of the other hoses. Okay, maybe the KM's a little bit sturdier than this. But I really like the aesthetics of the Narbish. I think that it has the nice, like, coiled rope here. It's a nice handle. I think that the sweatbands here are not my favorite thing in the world, but I like the yellow with the black, or no, not yellow with the black, the yellow with the red a little bit more than I do, like, white or something. It's kind of orangey, I guess. I don't know, I'm kind of colorblind. So that's the differences between them. I would like to say that this is mostly supposed to be a review for the Narbish, being the new product, but I figured I would throw a quick comparison to the other two big name hoses on the market right now. So I'll get the hookah set up in a few, and I'll show you the difference in smokes, if there is one. Yeah.